Good morning. It's a very nice day today. It's the sky's blue, but it's extremely cold. One of those like crisp winter days. First of all, I wanted to start by saying that it was not my intention to have this channel basically all about food, and this is like my third video, and it's about wine, so still about food. We're going to FRANCIACORTA. My friends Veronica and Katia are coming to get me, and then we're gonna drive. It's about an hour drive from Verona to Brescia. But first, IKEA, because you can't drive past IKEA without going to IKEA. That's the rule. That's the rule of IKEA. I'm a little bit early because of those bells you heard earlier. I think I have time for a coffee. Let's talk about my coffee habits for a second. I've been disowned, shamed, bullied into not having milk after 12 o'clock. And now I'm used to it. And now I think it is strange to have milk after 12 o'clock. I've conformed to the society I live in. But I still prefer like a longer espresso, not like these, like a little corto thing, too short. Like it's over in a flash, and I want it to last longer. In the UK, we drink huge mugs of coffee that last, 30 minutes. And I miss it. I can't really find anywhere that does like a good Americano coffee in the bars that I go to. They're always an espresso with like an espresso size of water. It's like they refuse to give me more water because they don't agree with it. We have a Starbucks in Verona now. It just opened, and I hate to admit that I'm really happy about it because it's like a real Americano, a big cup of coffee that lasts a long time and keeps your hands warm, keeps your hands warm. This, okay, actually my hand does fit right. Look at the size, it's good though. It's strong. It's a very hocus pocus outfit, but I'm into it. I like it. Oh, are they here? Yes. Hello. Hello. How are you? Good. It's windy, isn't it? What the fuck is she doing? She's waiting to get in.
Are you kidding me?
This guy, yeah.
Oh.
3 millennials in IKEA. Huh? 3 millennials in IKEA. Yeah. Remember that video you sent me?
What did I watch?
You sent me a video of like, just like millennials in IKEA running around being like, oh, I know, I need everything, I need to buy.
Wine glasses. A sponge holder. Oh, this is it.
Brushes, plant, yeah.
This would be...
Is that for them inside the cupboard? Yeah. I want that as well. Yeah. Smart.
Those things that you spin.
Lazy Susan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. These for the bottom.
Yeah. 500 euros and 500.
I mean, a lot of
it adds up.
I think
it adds up when you get like little things. Yeah. One thing here, one thing there. Yeah. What are you looking at?
Is it nice? It's nice. Is it like...
I mean, yeah, but to put stuff, like what are you going to put in it?
Onions, fucking garlic, yeah.
Have you got somewhere for it to go?
Am I falling?
No. Okay, now pretend you're working. I'm not convinced. Look where she moved. That was a success. Did you get some stuff?
I did. $160 on it. Here you are! Oh, dude, yeah, that's right, fucking, yeah, whoa!
Hello. Are you excited?
I am.
Wearing your hat, you look so cool.
And I'm not driving, so you should be honoured.
I feel honoured. I really like that hat. The Oliver Twist hat. You just need the lamp.
Full outfit.
We are in Franciacorta, we are in the village of Provaglio di Seo. We are 19 villages in Franciacorta and we are many wineries. We are 120. We are one of the oldest ones. We produced the first bottle of Brut in 1970, so 50 years ago. We have 15 hectares. We produce about 150,000 bottles. We just produce with the vineyards that we own. Our method of production is the traditional method. So when speaking about Champagne, when speaking about Franciacorta, when speaking about Trento DOC, we are really speaking about the same kind of method. And many people come to Franciacorta, they think of bubbles and they think of Prosecco. But of course, it's another kind of method. Every time we have to find out the differences between Prosecco and Franciacorta. So as I said, we are exactly here. What we can see from here outside is part of a natural reserve called Torbiere del Sabino, whereas the lake is exactly behind the trees. We're gonna see it. Okay, so let's go. We produce 170,000 bottles, so it's not a huge production. Many people come here and buy bottles directly here.
Yeah. Is it true that you can't give Franciacorta vines artificial water? It has to be rainwater.
Yeah, irrigation is not allowed.
You're not allowed to water them.
I mean, you can irrigate when you have specific season like these.
Okay.
So it was really dry.
Yeah.
So we were allowed. It was the hottest summer in 20 years. The hottest one, the last one, it was in 2003. So here's where we press the grapes. There is a membrane inside that softly presses the grapes. After 6 months of staying at least in these still tanks, what do we get? We get a basic wine with 11% of alcohol. We don't want to get bubbles here, so that we allow bubbles to escape. We want to get bubbles in the secondary fermentation directly.
Which is in the bottle?
In the bottle.
In the bottle.
In the bottle. So that's the traditional method. When speaking about Prosecco or Moscato d'Asti or other Charmat method, Martinotto method, we're speaking about the secondary fermentation that takes place here.
Okay.
So another time. So you have a different size of the bottle, different flavors of the wine. So when you have the secondary fermentation in the bottle, you have more contact between the yeast, so the dead bodies of the yeast, so the lees and the wine. So you get more of these bready flavors.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we are in March, we bottle the wine. We bottle it with the yeast and sugar. We don't use brown sugar, we use simply the must. Okay, so sugar from the grapes. You can see the yeast. They stay in this position, the bottle, so in a horizontal position, so that we can have more contact between the yeast or the dead bodies of the yeast and the wine. And the bottles age for a certain period of time, at least 18 months in this horizontal position. With the rest of the time, we get the aging in the bottle and we get complexity, body, texture in the wine. Once we have the time of aging that is over, we have to remove the lees, so the dead bodies of the yeast. Why? Of course, that's the final bottle. So how can we get rid of them? Turning the bottles in this structure that we name pupitre, and we rotate and shake them for about 2-3 weeks in order to get this vertical position, in order to bring all the dead bodies of the yeast close to the neck, so close to the crown cap. We can see an example down there, a magnum bottle, and we have all the lees, so the dead bodies of the yeast. Once you get this vertical position, you put the neck, the first 2 centimeters of the neck in a liquid that has a temperature of about 25-30 degrees below zero, and in about 2 minutes you get this part frozen. Okay. So once it's frozen, you can turn the bottle upside down and simply putting the bottle in a machine that is a sort of corkscrew that simply getting rid of the crown cap, the pressure simply pops out and you get rid of the lees. So you have a clear product and a dry product. So because the sugar that we added for the secondary fermentation was completely eaten by the yeast. Extra dry wine has between 12 and 17 grams of sugar and a dry between 17 and 32. So when you want to go for a dry wine, you have to go for a brut, extra brut, and padre. So it's a little bit confusing. Here we have 30,000 bottles of rosé and 35,000 bottles of millesimato vintage. So here we have 65,000 bottles. Versa 10. So Blanc de Blanc, just Chardonnay.
Birthday, Veronica!
It's very good.
Oh, it's so good.
So that's the label.
That's it.
Ciao ragazze.
Ciao.
That's okay.
Something on a stick. I love food on a stick.
I think it's gonna be an olive. It's not? I think it's sweet, it's not. Is it?
It's not sweet.
It's not sweet.
Of course not. Don't give me friggin'. It's not afternoon tea. It's a wine tasting. I don't know what it is, but I like it. I think it's aubergine. What do you think it was, a muffin?
It looks like a...
I would be upset if I got English cakes with my Italian wine. So I don't want to be like murdered for this, okay? But it's like champagne for people who don't like champagne.
Don't tell me.
No, because I don't like champagne.
No, you're right, it's true.
But this is my favourite Italian sparkling wine. No, but I have Prosecco'd myself out in the last few years living here. Yeah. Like, I can have an occasional glass with you on like an aperitivo, no problem. But like,
After that,
when I buy a full bottle now, like if I drink the full bottle, at the end of it, I'm like, you know, that taste in your mouth, and it's just like, oh, I can't, it's too much. It's too...
last week in
How do we wrangle like a... Because we're speaking English. Yeah, the three of us. It's in English. I said, is it possible to do the tour in English? Yeah, that's amazing that they could do that for us. That's the trick. Whenever you go to a vineyard or somewhere to do like a tasting, ask for it in English, because then you'll get a private tour.
Our rosé, it's a vintage, 2018, 35% of Pinot Noir and the red. The dosage is written in the label, it's brut, so as I said before, it's dry, and 3 years in the bottle of aging. Golden, with more than 10 years of aging in the bottle.
My favorite was this one, which was the first one we tried. No, scrap it. My favorite was the rosé. No, start from the start. My favorite was the rosé, and then the first one, and then the 10-year-old one.
The Reserva.
And then the last one was the green one.
The rosé, then the satin, then the Riserva, the 10 years old. And the last one was the Cuvée numero 4.
Yeah. Your favorite?
I like the rosé.
Okay.
And then this one.
The first
then
one.
the Cuvée and then the Riserva.
Yeah, we're leaving.
See you next time.
Yes.
Maybe you come.
We can go and buy some wine like at the beach.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
So like, why don't we go to the supermarket? We can just buy
It is. It's fucking rosemary. It's rosemary. Wild rosemary, guys.
Having the fucking piss taken out of me.
Irene.
Grazie mille.
Ci siamo. Ciao. Ciao, a presto.
Sure. Yes. What do we think? Did you have
Amazing.
fun?
No, it was super nice.
It was beautiful. Now we have how long to get home?
Only 1 hour.
1 hour.
1 hour.
1 hour.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Look, there's that plane that my drone could have crashed into.